We should add a fifth strategy, which buys volatility, such that we can truly be diversified. It's going to be a new strategy, which Max inspired big time. It's going to be buying the dip, and I want to show you something. If you just do the current buy the dip in Trade Machine, it sucks. People have picked up on our strategies. It happens quite often. This is why we're implementing AI. The win rate wasn't that good, although that doesn't really matter. The average return of 5% that's just commissions. I don't consider that winning. I turned it into a call spread with Max's inspiration. The win rate went up, but the average return, yeah, not really. I then added our AI, and look what happened. The win rate went from 42% to 53%. I'm going to show this to you. The average return went from 5% to 19%, and I added 16 alerts. Let me show it to you. Let me show you what I did. It's a construct. This is how you can use Trade Machine to start constructing your own thoughts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to here. I'm just going to select buy the dip. Okay. This is what it's born of this strategy. Buy the dip. Great. Sweet. Okay. So we're going to do we're going to load one ticker. That's fine. We'll do it for 3 years. That's fine. We're going to do it in the NASDAQ 100. You know, the results aren't going to be very good. I showed it to you. I just want to prove it to you. It's fine. Platinum's ripping now. Okay. So this is buy the dip. And the question is, how do I create a strategy that's buying volatility, which doesn't really exist in Trade Machine yet, but makes use of the things we know in Trade Machine that work, right? So this is where effort comes in, right? This might be a little unfamiliar to you, but it's completely in the realm of your intellectual capacity, completely in the realm of your intellectual capacity. So here comes the buy the dip results. Remember, it'll be like a 42% win rate, yeah, and a 5% return. Like that's not good enough. So we say to ourselves, how do I do things that have been working in the past, and I know that are similar to the other strategies, but start layering on some of the things that are different than this? So first of all, this is just buying a call. And you know how I feel about that. Remember, I had that thing that says spread always. And I said, you shouldn't really say the word always, but pretty close to always. So the first thing I want to do is say, well, I'm going to take a picture of this. I'm going to have this here, and then I'm going to mark it up a little bit so you know I'm not making it up, like blah. Okay, so I'm going to bring this image back. Okay, so I'm going to go to call spread, and I want to do a 50-30 call spread. That means I want to buy an at the money call and sell an out of the money call. Okay, that's it. I'm going to let it run. And what will happen is the win rate will be better. The return will be a little better. This is our benchmark, right? This is the benchmark that is just not good enough to do buy the dip anymore. There's my squiggle, so you know it's real. Right there is my squiggle. Okay, so let's let this happen. So the first thing we're doing is all of the other strategies I showed you are spreads. So the first things first is like, okay, well, what's wrong? First, let's turn it into a spread. First things first. All right, it's just happening. Again, platinum members are going to get it this fast, and you can do the whole strategy. Okay, so here it is. So we went from a 42% win rate to a 48% win rate. Average return went from 5.4 to 6.4. I don't even know if these numbers are statistically significantly different. I'll bet you these are. Okay, so the first thing is every strategy we've looked at has been a spread. Okay, good. But there's something else they did. They all used our AI. So I want to go. So this is the window. I'm going to open another window. I'm going to look at spread the sell off, which has worked so well. Right. And I want to look at the AI settings there. So this is fine. I just want to load one ticker. I don't care about anything else. I'm going to go to the technical open, and it's this. This is what I want. This is our AI settings. I actually have it saved as an image right here. So you can just verify that I'm not making stuff up. Okay. So this part is the same as this part. I just took a snippet. Okay. So I want to take our spread and add this to it and see if it makes a difference. Okay. I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to close this. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go to the technical open, drag my picture back. I'm like, okay, I need to add these two things. First is 6 months asymmetry has to be below 0. Okay, move that out of the way. I'll go to 6 month asymmetry, and it'll be below 0. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing, I'll bring the image back. In the last year, the tailoredness is below 0. Okay. Now, again, I'm not reinventing the wheel. You don't have to be an AI scientist because this is already built into another strategy, which I'm referencing that was doing so well. We should use those AI settings. Now, let's see how we do. And remember, this was our benchmark. Okay. I'll draw on it again, just a little less. Yes, that's what I want to do. Just let me draw. Okay, that's the old one. So let Trade Machine. So what have we done? We've made it a spread. We've added our AI settings, which are proprietary. This is effort. When I talk about effort, this is what effort is. You're like, the portfolio is supposed to have buying vol and selling vol and different kinds of markets. It's kind of dominated by this one trade. I need something that's buying vol, something that's different. How do I do that? Right? Well, let me take an existing strategy and make it look like the others. It wasn't a spread, make it a spread. It didn't have AI. I'm going to add AI. And what AI will I add? I don't know. I'll just mimic the AI that's in the other strategy that was working. All of a sudden, we're here. From a 42% win rate to a 51% win rate, from a 5% return to a 15% return. Now, that's good enough for me to say, aha, now let me pick the best. I want at least 3 trades, and you know this process, guys. That's Dollar Tree, Adobe. This is tech, so you're going to see some names you should recognize since we're all kind of tech obsessed. You actually could choose Fastenal if you wanted to. Amazon, Amgen, PDD, ODFL, Intuit, CDNSS, Autodesk, Qualcomm if you want. I would say this is the bottom for me, 18%. Okay, so I'm going to go to add alerts. I'm going to select all. I'm going to right click, copy. I'm going to put these tickers in. These are the ones I really want. And hypothetically, if I did that right, I should have maybe 16 alerts. Did I do that right? 15 alerts. Okay. So these are the ones I want. Here's how they've looked. I'm going to go to add alert now. And here's a new one. This is buy the dip as a spread with AI in the queues. So I've just added 15 alerts. Now, what you should be thinking is, I wonder how this did in financials. I wonder how this did in energy. I wonder how this did in healthcare, right? That's the effort. It's not that hard, but it is effort. I'm not going to do that for you. This is putting in the effort. If you wanted to, I think you could survive quite well as a trader with the alerts once this entire portfolio is done. I think you should do more, find yourself, find the things you're comfortable with, but I think that's it. I just want to remember, just because I've only done 4 industries doesn't mean you can't do other industries, right? I mean, oftentimes consumer staples or basic materials are phenomenal places to be because they can act differently than technology.